this is Dawn. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this card using an Oxide blended panel and the Floral Background thin cut. I'm also going to use florals and flutters along with every bit of wonderful. So this is the background die, and then I'll also be using these stitched simple brackets. So I'm taking a piece of white cardstock and I'm going to secure it to my glass mat with temporary adhesive. And I'm going to do a blend of oxide colors. So I like to mark out my panel into 4 sections so that I have 4 equal areas of each of the colors. And then I'm just going to lay some color down on this panel. So I'm going to put color down, and then the next color is, I'm going to put that down but leave a space in between the 2 colors, and I'll go back and blend them together later. So I started with pine needles, and then the blue is salty ocean, and this one here is wilted violet. And then the last color is shaded lilac. I love this lilac color. It's so pretty. And when you blend it with the wilted violet, it's just really beautiful. So I'm just going to pull that lighter color down into the violet and then pull the violet down into the salty ocean. And then I'll go back with some more of the lilac. And the great thing about oxides is that you can take a lighter color and blend it over a darker color. And there's some opacity to it, so rather than regular inks where they just completely blend together and you can lose a light color into a dark color if you're not careful. So I just keep going back and forth and blending them until I'm happy with the blend, and then I'll pull the salty ocean down into the pine needles color and just keep going back and forth until everything is blended together nicely. All right, and then because I love to add my shimmer, I have some shimmer spray from Sukaniko. I'm just going to spritz a couple of squirts of this shimmer onto my panel to give it some nice sparkle. Okay, so I'm going to bring my Versamat in and I'm going to do a little stamping. Okay, so I'm going to flip it over to the soft side and I'm going to stamp this floral image in black ink on white daisy cardstock. And this image I'm going to color in using the tri-blend markers. So we'll get that stamped out. It's a fun image to color in. It's part of the florals and flutters, and it has a coordinating thin cut. And then I'm going to stamp the sentiment, "You are every bit of wonderful," out on white daisy, and I'm leaving enough room around it so that I can use the smaller of the stitched simple brackets die to cut it out. Okay, so I'm going to color my image in using the tri-blends, and I'll show you one section of this flower. And I sped it up super fast, and then off camera I'll finish this up. So you just go back and forth starting with your lightest, and then you go to your darkest, and then your medium, and just go back and forth until you blend all your colors together. Okay, so now I'm bringing my Big Shot in, and I'm going to die cut my Oxide panel with the Floral Backgrounds die. So I'm going to run this through. And this one, when you cut it, a lot of the pieces, they're cut, but you have to poke them out using a piercing tool. So I'll do that in a second off camera. Okay, and then I'm going to cut out my floral image with the coordinating thin cut. Run that through. And then my sentiment using the stitched simple brackets. This is the smallest one in the set. So all of these supplies are part of the core catalog. They're available all year. And I'll make a list of everything, of course, as I usually do, and put it in the description below with links. So now it's time to build our card. So I have decanted some white glue into a 1-ounce squeeze tube that has a more precise tip for getting into those tiny areas. So that's what I'm using in this tube here. And I'm just going to glue down my whole panel. And then I'm going to add my sentiment using foam tape. This is the leftover foam tape from making shaker cards. You get extra. So I'm using this to pop my sentiment and my flower on the front. And then of course I have to add some extra bling. So I'm going to bring in some of these crystals from PinkFresh Studios. And I'm going to scatter a whole bunch of those around. You just put a drop of glue and drop your crystal down into it and it'll stay put. Pretty simple. Super pretty with these colors. And there's my finished card. I'll have some close-up shots here. Love those bright, brilliant colors. So pretty. Oxides are so fun to work with. So I appreciate you watching my video today. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. And thanks for watching.